Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Drinking wine didn't always look like this. Not that this is a bad thing per se, some conventions exist for good reason. But certain things have become the rule rather than the exception. In America, the wine industry loves rules, hard and fast ones. And their number one rule is to keep you, the consumer, in the dark. You see, the wine industry, it's broken. It took me a while to face that. When I was just starting out, I took everything I learned from my wine certification classes as gospel, and I respected, even revered, those that sat at the top of the wine food chain. I assumed that those that wielded power in the wine industry did so with integrity. I was dead wrong. I didn't really question basic things like, why are we tasting so many French wines and none from Greece? Why are we entirely ignoring the birthplace of wine? Why does everyone drink pretty much the same few varietals when there are thousands of different ones out there? Eventually, I couldn't ignore the fact that everything was entirely profit-driven. It was all about someone's bottom line. So I left the US. I traveled all across the world learning about ancient wine cultures, not just the ones America adopted in search of a payday. I went and lived in places like Georgia, Hungary, Serbia. The forgotten and overshadowed places whose wines are left out of our consciousness and off of our tables. I went to answer my own questions instead of blindly answering the same old questions the industry asks, like which $1,000 bottle is better, Chateau blah 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 or Estate blah blah blah. Instead, I wanted to answer questions like, what does wine mean to the people that birthed it? What are the weirdest varietals and what do they taste like? So, what went wrong? How did the American wine industry break? And how can we fix it? Two things went wrong. Badly, badly wrong. The bastardization of the sommelier and the point system. The concept of a sommelier is not in and of itself a bad thing. Theoretically, a sommelier is knowledgeable about wine and is generous with that knowledge to help you, the restaurateur, enjoy a better dining experience. The role is that of a trusted guide. Unfortunately, that's not how it works most of the time in America. Most of the time, the sommelier takes the mantle and the knowledge and uses it to judge, to gatekeep, to intimidate. Usually it's done subtly, in a way that's somehow socially acceptable. For example, no one ever says to you, you have to spend a lot of money on wine. But when you look at the wine list at a restaurant, is there any way not to spend a lot of money on wine? No one ever says to you, I think you're an idiot. But when they give you that look, you know the one. Don't you feel it? The wine industry has attracted a lot of people that want to feel power over others, and it's a pretty ugly thing. It's also a vicious cycle. Master Somm is better than Advanced Somm. Advanced Somm is better than Certified. And Certified is better than, God forbid, being a layman. And the attraction to climb the ladder is less about joy and more about the ego-driven desire to look down at everyone below you. This pretentiousness has become synonymous with the wine industry. But it doesn't have to be. And in many parts of the world, it isn't. The other thing that went badly wrong, and is perhaps even more damaging, is the point system and those that peddle it. Because the information asymmetry in wine is so large, it offers ample opportunity for people to take advantage of it. And take advantage they have. The same handful of regions and varietals always score highly, while the vast majority get ignored. As a result, we end up with only those higher scoring regions and varietals available to us. Our selection becomes more and more homogenized, and we're forced to drink the same things that align to the tastes of a handful of old white men. How often do you see a Slovenian wine, or a Croatian wine, or a Hungarian wine, or a Georgian wine on a wine list or at a wine store? They've been making wine for thousands of years. Isn't it weird that we can't even find one? The combination of this point system arising out of this information asymmetry and the pretentiousness of the wine industry creates a sense of fear that has landed us where we are, a broken wine industry. And when I say broken, I mean it's too expensive, it's judgmental, and it's not diverse.
Now the question becomes, well, how do we fix it? That's where you come in, and that's where we come in.
If we resolve this information asymmetry and we equip people to feel confident about wine, the industry will change. It will have to.
If more people demand wines from off the beaten path places, then those wines will start getting imported. And this starts to create a beautiful cycle. It introduces a new energy into a stagnant system.
We will start to see more wines from interesting varietals in interesting places. We support the farmers and winemakers that have the courage to make those more daring wines instead of just Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. We start to build from the ground up a wine industry that is diverse and accepting. The way forward isn't easy,
but it is simple. They're the very last two things that the American wine industry wants you to do. Learn about wine and explore its different varieties.
If we can do that, we can slowly make the world a better place to drink. Cheers.
And how can we fix it? Ehi, ciao ragazzi! Ciao, buonanotte! Grazie di tutto! Ciao. Can you scroll back up a little bit?